Oh, I'm here on time.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
Not much. Just got off work and stuff, running errands, et cetera, et cetera. I'm trying to prepare for this upcoming stream, Waiting for MMA to show up as well.
Yeah, because I remember yesterday someone banned him.
Doing what?
I said someone banned him yesterday.
Who banned him? I didn't ban him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Charles. Oh, hey, Charles. How's it going, buddy?
Pressure on the market, coming on that chop, pop, bringing it down. With a bit of beat, with the bubbles on now, with a bit of beat, with a bit of beat, with a bit of beat, bass. Rob on the market, the bass, the beat, we're off his bike, so. Right, party, popping, and team mentals taking this one away. Wicked. Rob on the market, the bass, the beat, we're off in bass.
Professor, I'm 10 years old and I'm ready to pick a Pokemon.
Not until I get mine first, Dork. Now, boys, you'll both get your chance. Now, before I can give you your Pokemon, you have to answer a few questions for me.
Okay, shoot.
All right. Well, first, are you a boy or a girl?
Huh? I'm, a boy, right? Right, I'm a boy.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, it was just like a kind of a curveball. I'm a boy.
Now, what is your name?
You don't remember my name?
Who would want to remember you?
Shut up, Gary. It's Ash.
Ah, yes, of course, Ash. Now, to your left, that's your rival, my grandson. You've known each other for years. What's his name?
Grandpa, what are you doing?
What's his name, Ash?
Is he having a stroke? Grandpa, come on. It's not funny. Grandpa, it's Gary. Gary Oak? I'm your grandson. You can't forget me.
What's his name,
Mom
Ash?
said you were forgetting, but no.
What's his name, Ash?
Come on. It was so many years of. Come on. It's Gary Oak. Ash, can you call my mom? I think he's forgetting. Dick fuck. What?
Ah, yes, my grandson, Dick Fuck.
What?
Ash, you must be prepared for the journey ahead.
name isn't-
You will meet great
No.
foes and
No.
many Pokemon.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch all of these mascots die. Think, Luigi. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant franchise in this game. You'll live to see these series turn into pachinkos or mobile only. Everything and every game from your childhood will be ruined. What will you have after 500 consoles?
I'd still have you.
This is a pretty hardcore origin story.
It's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
Were you followed?
No, I don't think so.
Mater, I need your help. I need you to hook onto my cock and balls and pull real tight. Can you do that? Just wrap your toe right around my cock and balls and then drive away as fast as you can. Can you do that for me, Mater? Mater, please. If you don't torture my cock and balls, I might do something bad. I might hurt people, Mater. Do you want that? I might blow Radiator Springs up. Do you want that? Do you want that, Mater? No, I didn't think so. So torture my cock and balls right now. Thank you, Mater.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places. We're such amazing.
Johnny.
Yes, Papa.
Stealing boots?
No, Papa.
Telling lies?
No, Papa.
Oh God, you took the wrong son.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
Turn around now, and you can go home in one piece. But if you don't, just remember, going down this path was your choice.
No, my husband can't join your team. He's a bald fucking pussy. He's even a useless father to Marin.
Marin can join our team then. That's okay, right? You know how to do an RKO, Marin? If we have a baby on our team, another fighter will kill her by mistake and get disqualified. You cold motherfucker.
Is my baby in danger at this tournament?
No! We sense some real, hidden potential in Marin. Like when Gohan went crazy against Raditz. Or some shit like that.
Okay, that's fine then.
Alright!
What's up, guys?
Nothing much. Just finish up some touches on this one project.
Shame you don't have any of waifu washers shorts you can use for the intros.
Waifu watchers. Oh, that guy who used what's his face again? I forgot his name.
Hey, how's it going, Evil Sonic? How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing alright.
Cool. How you been?
I'm doing alright. Just thinking of a part 2 of my animation.
Nice. I love that animated movie you made, though.
What?
The animated movie you made?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, dude.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wait, he made an animated movie?
Yeah.
Huh, I never knew you did that.
If you go to my channel, you will know how good my animation is.
True. Alright, so I was halfway. I was doing this before you guys came. Oh,
Yo, who's playing Sonic? Figured much. I need to finish up Sonic and Shadow Generation, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, one of my friends had it.
Why you didn't finish it off?
But I was trying to finish everything else off.
Yeah, you was also trying to finish that, remember?
Why, brother? What you been doing the whole time? I thought you finished that game off.
No, I didn't. I've been working and trying to finish other stuff off too. So yeah.
I agree with that.
I started on Shadows, of course.
And they have movie Shadow as a DLC, but they only have stage 1.
Oh, stage 1.
And tragic. But yeah, on this thing, we're gonna be talking about corporate loyalty, fraudulent or real. Greed
Wait,
is everything.
Are you talking about fanboys?
Huh?
Oh, you're talking like console fan. I mean, like fanboys.
No, corporate. You know, corporate America.
Oh.
Companies.
Oh, the couple.
What
I mean, the couples. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Are they loyal to? Are they really loyal to the employees, or are they loyal to their bottom line?
Well, I would say I would say kind of both. In my opinion, depends on the company.
You think they're loyal to the employees?
I mean, it depends on how viable you are as a person to them.
I mean, I've seen people who are top performing employees get knocked off. Especially nowadays, where you can get falsely accused of something from a woman, and it could be totally untrue, and your life gets turned around.
Yeah, because again, we live in a world where will be like, it's around that part.
Nothing happens to the woman who accused you.
Yeah, because again, leave all women mentality. Women can do it alone.
What you think, Anime AJ?
Wait, he said he can't join your team. He can't join your team for some odd reason.
I keep saying the type thing, say no, my husband can't join your team like that.
Husband?
It's right there. It's still on my screen. I still see the text messages.
My screen as well. I'm still like, wait, husband? What the hell?
Oh, the meme I was playing not too long ago. Yo, Anime AJ, you good? Must be know something. Must be taking a dump.
I'm alright.
Wait, what just said AJ?
He's back. Welcome back.
Alright, I was here. So what's the topic of the stream again?
Corporate loyalty is it fraudulent? Is greed in everything?
Well, what do you mean corporate loyalty, and what do you mean by is it fraudulent?
Like, our company is really loyal to the employees, even their high performing employees, or is that just a one-sided own thing? Like, is it where basically the employee is loyal to the company, but the company is not loyal to you?
Okay, would you be willing to go ahead and dive in on this? Like your sounds like you've been thinking about this for a while. So, like, give me more to feed to provide feedback on.
All right, cool. All right, let's think about this. You've been working at a company for years and years and years. You're either one of their best performers or one of their mid performers. However, companies hit bad times and they start cutting back, or they claim they're cutting back, or they want to cut back just to save money for their shareholders. You, amongst others, get cut. You, despite giving many years or time, effort into that company, you just get cut from that company. without warning, no less. Because that does happen.
Why do they feel like taboo? It kind of reminds me of 2009 with the economy crash.
Or let's talk about something else. Another thing. A man is well. A man and women working in the same corporate space. You're a man. You're working. You're a high performing man, or if not, or mid performing, whatever. You're working with a female, right? You both have a conversation and stuff like that. But the woman seems to take it one way, and this happens often. And they go to HR and complain they either been harassed or you did something.
Oh shit! Are you talking about the whole Linus controversy? Like
No, I'm talking about like what's the kind of stuff that's been going on lately in corporate America.
Yeah, I'm aware about that.
You get falsely accused by this woman with no form of proof whatsoever. But instead of asking for approval of the accusation, the company picks the woman's side and fires you. And now you're still trying to prove your innocence or trying to pick your life back up after losing your job on a false accusation. And this has happened to many in corporate America.
Yeah.
And even if you're found innocent, the chance of it is that you still won't get your job back. But the person who accused you faces no consequences.
Else.
Here's another situation. Like, let's think of a situation like the CEO thing we talked about. In New York, the insurance CEO that got murked by Luigi.
Yeah.
Now, you have all these people who trying to own, who were the media talking about how it's so tragic this guy got murdered. Something. I'm not saying that murder is okay, but let's look at the facts too, though. On the greed aspect, you motherfuckers have been profiting off dead bodies and the misfortune of people for so long. Surely, any of you CEOs of these companies could have tried to go do something different and try to change the status quo a little bit. But no. It's the fact that people try to maintain status quo in order to line the company pockets, the shareholders' pockets, and their own pockets. Which eventually led to the CEO of United Health Insurance get popped at night. So that's what's referred to the greed aspect, amongst other things. Have any of y'all ever watched Wall Street or Wall Street Money Never Sleeps?
I've seen the first movie.
No,
I
haven't seen it.
And then you know the legendary saying by Gordon Gekko? Do y'all? You know, greed is good.
No.
But how much greed until it's enough?
Yeah, I mean, what you mean on that one? I mean, if you have too greedy, then you ruin people's lives and destroy other people's lives.
Yep.
So in other words, essentially, too much greed can ruin someone else's lives and potentially destroy the lives of other people. Is that correct, AJ?
Greed has no loyalty. Let's keep it a buck on that one.
Yeah.
That's why corporate America has no real loyalty. Corporate culture has no loyalty. When you think about it.
I mean, to be really honest, though, no form of working has no sense of loyalty. If someone sees you do something stupid, they're just more likely going to get you fired, so that way they can move up themselves.
Yep. So, what do you think, MAJ? No, did I emphasize enough, or give you enough to work with? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just thinking.
But I think of Amazon. Amazon refuses to unionize because most likely unionizing would be detrimental to it, or especially given how it runs things. Because if you know the working conditions of Amazon workers.
And think about what those costs are going to do to the consumers, the people who want to get stuff for a low price on Amazon. You gotta think that people. One thing I'll say about this is that I don't exactly agree with Amazon, in certain regards, especially with some of the content they produce, like how they butchered Lord of the Rings. But their warehouses and other facilities, I don't necessarily agree with the existence of unions to begin with. I think unions should be abolished as much as political parties. However, I defend the right to peaceably assemble, and freedom of thought and freedom of association specifically is what allows for people to have things as unions, guilds, or even political parties. So with that said, I just don't agree with unionizing Amazon, because that takes away that's going to be detrimental for more people than they think, and the only people who are benefiting are the people who are going to be in control of said unions, not the members of the unions itself. And
so
it's all about greed.
So in other words, BJ,
so because of my opposition with greed is why I don't agree with the concept of unionizing the Amazon, to unionize Amazon.
So in other words, AJ, you're actually trying to help out customers like me from not getting screwed over, because if they decide to unionize, in other words, I'd be expected to pay extra 10.
Maybe I'm just greedy because I don't want to be paying more for things on Amazon. I'm already paying more because a majority of states enacted taxes for online purchases. So now you pay taxes. Like, there was a day when you could shop on Amazon, you didn't have to pay taxes for the product.
I've heard about those.
You make me feel old on that one, AJ. Because I also was affected by that as well. Who would have thought? I heard someone actually bring up something that
corporations, the one thing corporations care about is greed. That's because human beings are susceptible to such a vice. And that's why we have abuse of power, abuse of office, abuses of authority, because humans are, by their very nature, greedy.
But the thing is, though,
so no, I don't think a lot of companies actually care about their employees. Companies that one could say stands out are.
Hey, Ronald.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay.
Well, that's a tough one. I can't think of any off the top of my head that stand out in terms of companies that care about their communities or employees.
I mean, take some of the
companies that we go working for. They just treat people or employees.
How about Tesla?
I was going to mention that, though.
Actually, I would be sarcastic. I'll just
I was going to mainly mention about the fact that, because I didn't notice, like, with Amazon, I was like, Jesus Christ, why are prices so unbearable lately? Even to the point I'm like noticing, like, okay, I'm like noticing like the prices for like certain stuff have gone up to the point I'm like, Jesus Christ, at this point my might just go buy retail at this point. Oh, we're gonna stores, because it's like the price for some things is just insane. Especially when some things I can understand, like graphics cards and stuff like that being expensive. But other than that, I just think, personally speaking, I think honestly, corporate America could definitely try to find a way to reduce costs in some other form of way. And I don't think UN is pretty much going to help that at all. I think UN's probably going to be, well, a waste of money, to my honest opinion. Oh, I got quiet that fast.
But yeah. Oh, that's something. Speaking of Tesla, though, MAJ, why are you such a heavy dude supporter of Elon Musk, though?
Who said I'm a heavy supporter of Elon Musk?
Wait, when did he say that?
Oh, I was saying, that must be somebody else. It was someone. It was one of y'all that was a heavy supporter of Elon Musk.
Just because I don't oppose him doesn't mean I agree with everything he has said. I said that back even when I was, talking about him. I've never spoken of him in a the way that he was previously portrayed by the media. I frequently mentioned that in the past because I had noticed the 180. I have noticed how things have the consciousness. The social consciousness has shifted in its perception, which to me mirrors what the media was doing. And with that said, recent events have led me to be more critical. I'm not a fan of the fact that he came out in support of Trump. I've not been in favor of the fact that he and other individuals are part of a private, unelected group. Yeah, I also don't agree with that. The whole essentially the appropriation of the Doge meme and Dogecoin names to essentially cater favor toward the Trump administration, because it is very questionable how somebody who controls one of the world's largest sources of news media, as well as, or aggregators rather, of news media, basically one of the largest social media platforms on the planet currently, and he is working in some sort of conjunction with the federal government. That is something to be heavily critical of. Right. So it's not that I've been a fan per se. Yes, in the past I have liked Elon Musk, and I have seen the merits in many of the things his companies have done. Again, I don't agree with a lot of things he has said or done, and I definitely don't agree with a lot of things the media has said or done or said about him.
Honest opinion, I kind of think he's just an overglorified weirdo.
Wait, what makes you think that? What makes you think that, though?
Y'all know he got caught. I think he was streaming Fortnite with Asmongold.
Oh, yeah. That sounds funny.
And got caught being a fraudulent gamer, amongst other things. This dude's been getting caught and exposed for a lot of shit, and that's just the most recent one he got exposed for.
I mean, to be honest,
what do you mean by fraudulent gamer?
Oh, because he let someone use his account.
Yeah,
that's
so he wasn't actively playing during the stream.
Yes. Yeah.
And let's not forget, Elon be bragging about himself being a world-class gamer and shit like that. He does. So you gotta understand how bad that looks. To get caught like that.
I'm sorry, but I can't take that seriously. World-class game on my ass.
To get caught like that by an actual gamer on his stream.
Is that actually real? Like him being, claiming to be a real class gamer? No
Like,
way.
yeah, he's a top tier Dark Souls player. And I think a Fortnite player amongst other games. But that also makes one thing though. See, here's the contradicting part. How you have time to play all this game when you say you know what I'm saying? You say you always work 24/7 and shit. He said shit like that. So how you have time to play video games when you're always supposedly working?
I mean, to be honest, I
See, a
don't
lot
really...
of shit this man says contradicts the other.
True.
It
I don't
contradicts too much.
I just thought it was like a joke when you said the whole world class gamer part. Cause like what? Him? World class gamer? Like,
Yeah, that's what he says.
I just there's no way I believe it. I just don't believe
Like,
the whole
dude
point.
had a bunch of top tier, expensive, even one of a kind shit on Fortnite and stuff like that, and didn't know how to use them.
That's one to like be skeptical. Yeah. I definitely can see where you're coming from that one.
And see, here's the thing: as a businessman, I have little, if not no, faith in Elon's business sense. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
Like, if he's that good a businessman, how come Tesla only makes profit when it gets subsidy? Government funding and shit like that.
True. I definitely see where it comes from.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Like, that don't tell me that you're a good businessman. That just tells me that your success comes from government handout.
I kind of not surprised if that's the case. I mean, you also got to remember the types of people also buying his cars and stuff like that. And I'm like looking like, who honestly want to buy an electric car? Like, lithium batteries are not necessarily the most
I mean, electric cars, technically, when you look at it, it already technically existed.
True.
It just was not commercially viable. It still is commercially viable right now, but it's gotten further than it has before previous.
I mean, my criticism with electric cars isn't like electric cars requires limited power batteries, right? And somebody got to had to dig up the materials to make said batteries and manufacture said batteries. So it kind of feels a little bit redundant in my honest opinion. Like, you get what I'm coming from, right, Wonder?
Yeah.
Cause like electric batteries, I get the technology, like oh, it would save humanity or it will get rid of global warming, but I'm like, I don't think electric batteries gonna change that. If anything, I kind of want to have cleaner fuel than just completely just get rid of like a common vehicle like what most people drive nowadays.
Yeah.
So
I don't care if I can buy Tesla products, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially the help things.
Especially the Cybertruck, when he tried to introduce the Cybertruck, and he said that the windows are bulletproof and shit like that. Guy throws a baseball bat or something like that and put a hole in the damn glass more than one time.
Then again, though, AJ, what is your take on this, though? I'm actually curious on that one.
Yo, Anime AJ.
Yeah, sorry, I was having trouble following there for a minute.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
I was just curious about the whole Tesla, though, because I have mixed emotions on Tesla as a company.
Yeah, I don't care for Tesla like that. Especially if from what it's shown, it's treatment of black people in the workplace.
Wait, huh?
I haven't heard anything about that.
Wait, I never heard of that neither.
I have. Well, apparently, when you there have been black workers who've been mistreated, racially abused and mistreated at Tesla factories and such. And where it is, they sued Tesla, they quit and sued Tesla millions of dollars through the mistreatment, discrimination, racism, and harassment on the workplace. And it was mostly done by not only just plain workers, but upper management as well. And and when I say it is always the same, it usually always starts up top.
Huh?
Most things in corporate America start up top, or at least it gets allowed up top.
I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know what's the alternative to when it comes to this, to be honest. Because like even we did even if corporate America fails to have issues, I don't necessarily think it'd be a wise idea to, well, I guess.
I feel like the only thing that's good that's happened is DEI being removed.
Yeah, even I think that's a good thing.
Only certain people benefit from that shit.
Yeah, like work taught.
White women and immigrants. No one really benefited from that. And what pisses me off more is that my community is mad that they removed DEI. And I feel like, why the hell are y'all getting mad that they removed something that you didn't benefit from in the first place?
Even I don't like IDI. I mean IDI, diversity and equity. Oh goodness. Even saying it out loud, this is kind of
diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yeah. I know. It feels cringe to say it in a sentence for some odd reason. It just feels really awkward because it's like, okay, what are you diverse about?
What do you think of DEI, Anime AJ?
I think it needs to be abolished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Even I think it's stupid. Like, what the hell is the point of it?
To begin with.
Like, even I think it's just like, what the hell is the point of it? Like, it makes no logical sense.
It was a way to insert low, cheap working immigrants into workspaces and remove Americans.
Ah, so cheap labor without paying for more money. That's
more profit for them, for corporate America.
That's not what that was, because that's where what you were just describing, Ronald. That was going on well before DEI ever was a thing.
True. You're right. True.
Wait, but true.
That's true.
20 years ago, that was an issue, is because there are so many more, bodies, more people in the labor force, costs or what employers were willing to pay an hour for wages, weren't rising fast enough.
True.
Which is now happening again because of all the, influx of people crossing the border. There is a large number of people in the workforce, or people trying to get jobs, and so, yeah, you're going to see a more difficult ability to negotiate when you try to get a job.
Yeah.
Just what your pay will be.
But yet, you've been hearing a lot of immigrants getting deported back to where they came from.
Well, I thought it was the main reason because the drug cartel.
You've had Mexicans being deported. Let's not forget you had Selena Gomez going online crying about how the Mexicans are getting deported.
What the hell? So
that's just more political theater.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all nonsense.
Because, first of all, man, you're a billionaire. You had 4 years to do something.
Yeah, she's not a billionaire.
It is. Actually, yes, she is. She became a billionaire. She actually became a billionaire last year.
Huh? Wait,
Yeah.
how did she become a billionaire? She's an actor.
No, she actually owns a company called Rare Beauty, I think it was. Cosmetics company.
Huh? Weird. This is the first time hearing about this.
God damn, am I the only one doing my research here?
I mean, to be fair, I live in a cave.
But then again,
so-
I do watch a lot of business documentaries and stuff like that, and I do stay up to date on a lot of this kind of stuff. I do watch a lot of business channels and stuff like that, and all that. I do
need to watch more business channels. I think about it.
Like, I'm into that kind of stuff too, tech and all that stuff.
But yeah, this is the first time I hear about she has, because I always thought she was just an actor.
No,
like
she's also a singer too. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's a singer. Oh.
I guess because the music don't hit like that. Who said that?
I didn't say nothing like that.
But yeah, I didn't take her serious when the whole crying thing, girl, shut the fuck up.
To be fair, it doesn't really matter if she's a billionaire or not. I just think she's just being performant, regardless what her income is.
Right.
Like I don't really see the point of her income at the end of the day. It's like, okay, she's being performative. I just think that's the most annoying thing about it. It's like you're rich and you're complaining.
It's one of the best acting she's had so far. It's one of her best acting she's done so far.
Wait, she hasn't been acting for a long time?
I mean, she's a child star.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like, her first big break, I think, was one before Disney was on. She was on Barney.
Oh, no. Wait, she was on Barney?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I love you. You love me.
I cannot believe she was on Barney. Yeah, I know.
Little girl.
I seriously, I can't believe she was there a long time ago. I didn't realize that. Huh. Damn. What the hell, man? I didn't realize that. Oh, what's next? Oh, great. What's next? She's a voice actor in some anime somewhere? Never mind.
That would kind of be cool, though.
What? Hoping a voice actor in some anime?
Yeah, I wish I'd be a voice actor in anime. Or make my own anime. Speaking of anime, y'all know Koei Kenshin had made his own manga?
What, Kenshin?
Yeah, Koei Kenshin.
No, never heard of it.
I think it was called The Monsters We Make. But you got people saying that it's not a real manga because it wasn't made by Japanese people or it's not from Japan.
Wait, who's the creator?
Koei Kenshin, with the help of other, mostly Koei Kenshin, because it's his. But he also had a team behind him too. Of course, most mangas have a team.
I don't know what to say at that point. Because in one hand, I kind of understand the sentiment, though.
Wait. Well, that's Anime AJ.
Yeah.
Good question. Did all the companies that you've ever worked, the jobs you've ever worked, do you ever felt that there was any loyalty from the companies that you work for? Any care towards the employees, you know?
Not that I can think of.
Really?
Yeah, and I've worked for some major brands too.
Yeah. So basically, you were expecting to just Keep your head out and do your job. Wait, you know, I know actually a good example. Y'all ever watched The
I
Incredibles?
will say this. I will say this. There are a lot of people in the workforce who have no interest in taking responsibility. That's why they never get the promotions.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I mean, I can see
And they wonder why their careers go nowhere, where they're always in the same spot. Well, it's either because the higher ups acknowledge and accept the fact that you don't want responsibility and thus don't want to move up, or you're the kind of person who's too lazy to want to go, who wants to chase or take on responsibility.
So the people, in other words, the people who are just lazy. I mean, in essentially much, in order to get promoted, you got to be able to take responsibility.
You're not going to expect any loyalty from upper management if you're not going to express loyalty in some form or fashion.
Huh. So that kind of that makes sense, though.
And a lot of people on the bottom of the totem pole, when it comes to any job, they don't have any loyalty.
I can agree with that.
I can see your point.
They just want a paycheck. How many people have you met who come in and they bounce out within the first 2 weeks because the job is too tough, or they don't care for the people, or they just don't care about where they work or the job? You're spending most of your day. You spend more time at your place of employment than you do at your own home, and yet you're at the whole point of anyone having a job is to pay for that home that they go back to.
It's true. You're not wrong.
Do you also believe that there are no real friends in the workplace?
No, I don't believe that.
I mean, if you have the social skills, you can make friends with anyone. So
True.
I don't.
But sometimes I feel like
if you just have basic dignity and respect toward other people, the whole thing is that as adults in a workplace, you and your coworkers should automatically have the understanding that you're going to be spending a lot of time together, whether you guys like each other or not. You should respect each other and treat each other with dignity and politeness while you're there.
Employers
have rules and policies to abide by. And if you don't, then you got a conversation with HR on your hands.
Yeah. So in other words, essentially what you're saying, it's all how you treat your employers or whoever you work with, then,
or even your coworkers, how you treat your boss.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much how.
Then again, you're going to know that you're in a place that is worth being loyal to, and is actually loyal to you as an employee when you are being mentored by leaders rather than being told what to do by bosses.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
So in other words, so this directly towards argument. It's how you it's how you treat your boss.
Right, but it's also about how your boss treats you. If your boss treats you the proper way, they're not going to be your boss. You're not going to think of them as a boss.
Right.
You'll be referring to them as, hey, that's the manager of the store, or you'd be like, well, that's not my boss. They're a leader. They lead the store. They lead this company that I work for, and I follow them because they don't treat me. They don't act like a boss. They act like a leader. They're out in front. They're not giving orders. They're showing by example.
But the question is, though, what's the difference between a boss and a leader, though? After they're technically speaking,
I just explained it right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's the difference.
True. I mean, I personally think you could be a good boss and still be a good leader, though.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
But yeah. Overall, you got a good point, though. I'm just curious, though, on one other thing. If the workforce is, screwing people over. I don't know. It's just the more I think about it, I just can't really put much thought to that. AJ, you don't mind you can expand upon, I mean, when it comes to your ideas when it comes to corporate America, right? If you want to. Cause like the more I think about it, I kind of have complex about it. Cause like,
That comes to mind.
wait, repeat that.
I got nothing that comes to mind right at the moment.
Oh, yeah, true. It's kind of the same with me as well. Cause it's like, I don't know. In one hand, I don't really think corporate America is really all that bad. Cause I've been hearing a lot of horror stories about how corporate America is evil and bad.
I really think it comes down to those who are those in charge. Who are those that will receive?
Like, corporations aren't necessarily the enemy, but they're not allies either.
Yeah, they're pretty neutral at that point.
No, they're not neutral.
Because like,
because you got to look at what corporations are currently doing in terms of lobbying with our government. They're intentionally trying to manipulate the economy, or intentionally trying to, push their agenda on the people in mass.
True.
Yeah, you're right, Ronnie D. It's about the money. It's all about greed.
Yeah. What's up, Fire Devil X?
About corporations and things like video games and anime, like they're trying to pass. There are certain entertainment companies that are trying to push for legislation that will impact our ability to access and use the internet.
Oh yeah, like that one. I mean, they're trying to screw over people because of quote unquote piracy.
Yeah.
Right.
They're trying to cut piracy, which I don't think that's gonna end well.
That's another thing. I feel like that's a good thing about DUI being removed. So now we'll probably get the balance of gaming will come back, will maybe return back to normal.
No, it won't.
Wait, what?
No, that's the. I agree with the sentiment, but that's not what's going to happen. We still got more to go through before we actually get to that point. The thought that would happen after DEI is being removed is essentially a
mute point.
It's a red herring. It's a distraction. They're trying to get us to look over here and think we can relax and let our guard down. As soon as we turn our backs, they're going to do something where we're not looking, and boom, you're going to be like, well, how did this happen?
Oh.
Like I was saying last night, this sort of stuff, we think we're winning, and we kind of are. No, we are. It's that we got to go. It's that.
Yeah, but so the battle's not over until it's over, correct?
Yeah.
So in other words, we shouldn't put our guards down. We should just be aware what our enemy's doing. Because right now they're probably scheming. Because they want us to give us a false sense of security.
It's like I was saying yesterday, is that everything they're doing is part of the double down. Like I had predicted 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're doubling down. This phase. It's not a single moment or anything like that. We've had victory. We're like when Cowboy Bebop came out from Netflix, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this is trash," and then they got canceled. They didn't go through with season 2. Well, that's why Netflix is focusing more on conventional anime productions rather than trying to make live action. They're still doing live action, but they're basically they're putting more money in one than the other.
My question is, why put all the energy on anime? Even though yes, it makes money, but it seems like they just don't have confidence in their own ability to make something truly original. Because like a couple years ago, I remember
they're trying to take the last fandom, the last thing that I even said this before when I first started streaming as well in 2021. Anime is the last thing standing in their way from complete control. From my perspective, when it comes to entertainment and media, Japanese anime, Japanese manga, that sort of stuff is overtaking the
Japanese gaming.
conventional industries when it comes to entertainment in the U.S. And a lot of the corporations that make money in the U.S. are afraid of that. It's a threat, and if they're not making money off it,
then no one gets to make money off it.
but that's the thing, is that they're going to make money off it, whether we like it or not. It's going to be a matter of how loud are we going to speak up, or if we're going to speak up at all. Because if gatekeeping comes to anime the way it has, thanks to the monetary influence of all these major corporations with our video games and movies, then that would be the end of it. When it comes to, because anime, for example, is an industry where there was a lot of issues with censorship in the old days, and it still, as with current events, there is still a very big issue about censoring anime, whether it's censoring the content, censoring scenes, censoring language,
or even changing the context too.
Changing the context as part of censoring the language,
But
or
yeah.
even censoring access to it.
Yeah, like I remember, like a couple years ago, they've been.
And the only way to save everything out, in order to undo the damage with all other forms of media in the U.S. when it comes to censorship or access, is to essentially fight. Basically, protecting anime will be the final battle. And by protecting anime and access to it, and to undo or reverse censorship regarding it when it's imported to the U.S., then that will reverse the problems with most other forms of entertainment that are being censored or denied access in one form or another.
Pretty much. In other words, though,
because really, the major issue, aside from any theoretical or philosophical arguments, the major issue right now is that there is a monopoly on anime in the U.S. now.
Oh, we know who to blame on that one.
Oh, Sony, yeah, who is one of the major companies trying to block access to anime.
Oh yeah, because like for example, like the whole thing where they trying to get rid of pirated sites, like anime streaming pirated sites that I also allegedly use, of course.
So it's just a matter of, when you got, and this is the same company, Sony owns Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll is pushing for this kind of legislation as well. And it's like, well, hey, wait a minute. Why are you the only one in town that is distributing anime in the U.S. for you American and English-speaking audiences?
Yeah, because HiDive don't really count, though, if we really think about it.
I'm not even talking about HiDive. It's just a matter of, why is this company, this is the one company that has the majority of licenses for the majority of anime allowed to be viewed in the U.S. outside of Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
So really the question should be, where are the other services? Where are the other platforms in terms of distributing anime or allowing people to be able to buy, purchase, or have physical copies?
Or even stream without ads. Stream with ads.
Is that the last major distributor of physical media in the U.S. got bought out by Crunchyroll and Sony. And now you can't, now it's all digital. Everything is, so that's basically a form of censorship. That's a monopoly.
No, yeah, and that's also my biggest issue as well. It's like, why is that? That we have all these streaming servers, but not a single one that allows you to be like, hey, do you want to stream with ads? But if you do stream with ads, you have to pay for a subscription service for those damn subscriptions. I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous at that point. You might as well just let me go, hey, if I want a ad-free experience, well, let me pay for a subscription service. Or if I don't want to pay for ads, if I do want to pay for ads, ad-free, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Similar how YouTube works, because at that point it's like, I don't care about, if I had to watch ad-free,
ads on YouTube.
I'm in. What I'm saying, like, without YouTube playing, what I'm trying to say, or if you're on a mobile device, what I'm trying to say. what I'm essentially trying to say is like, Crunchyroll used to have like a free way of doing it when it comes to premium. Now you almost practically have to have Crunchyroll premium for what? A good majority anime? Like, what the hell? Wait. Huh, one is quiet right there.
I'm still here.
Welcome back.
I always hear the whole time. I just listening all your conversation.
Yeah. I was just waiting for someone like, well, point out some logical issues what I'm saying or something. Because it's like, yeah.
Well, I want to say that. Why don't we all make our own type of anime content and our own streaming service?
I mean, true.
You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, no, I can see you.
Yeah, but how are we going to afford the licenses if the licenses are even available?
And how are we going to stream? I mean, how are we going to be able to stream it legally with said license as well? And then on top of that,
I mean, we can, there's such a thing, make it our own streaming app. I'm talking like we all get their own. Everything starts from the bottom, you know.
True. I mean, Contra did start from the bottom anyway, so.
Yes, you're right, and at the same time, you got to think about what kind of business model is going to be more manageable or fit with the kind of style or service you want to provide.
Yeah, no, true.
Because the only way, Netflix didn't start with their own content.
True.
They were like a DVD rental service.
Once they got enough revenue from their original business model to split off into two companies, then they started going, oh, well, there's enough, because there's enough content, we can just stream stuff instead of sending discs out. That'll save us money in a sense, or allow us to focus content in one area. And then it's like, oh, well, now we can afford to produce our own content because we don't have enough, we don't want to pay the prices for licenses to have certain content on our website. So we'll just make our own content.
True. That's the thing I just think to myself.
It's either try to make content, it's either try to make money by making your own content, or paying for the licenses to have content on your service in order to get revenue.
Yeah, but the issue though with trying to get people, to make service though, the revenue split though, because if I'm gonna make content for you, how's your revenue split gonna be for me? Is it gonna be like 30% your standard 30 to 70%, or your standard like what 20% to like 80%? Cause you can't just get like, oh, free I just want to get make a version of content, but you also got to be willing to pay for how much you be willing to pay, while at the same time keep your business afloat. In other words.
Yeah, and starting a business also requires insurance, among other things, as well as paying. Sure. Like, you'll have to pay to have your income taxes done for the company.
And you also got to make sure, like, if you're streaming stuff like this stuff, you also got to have withdrawnable like PC builds that have like a failsafe just in case, like, oh, I don't know, like a hard drives or SSDs get destroyed, something like that. You have a backup so that way no one loses their data.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I sound like a dork when I talking about this stuff when it comes to computers.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, dude. You just tell how it is.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, because one of the pins is not necessarily cheap. I'm looking at it as this. If I'm gonna run for a business that's a streaming commerce, I gotta make sure how can I provide a good business model for myself, and two, how can I find the most affordable, but I'm gonna word this in a sense, the most affordable way to stream. Because we're just not talking like 100 people, like, because for now you just have to do like limited. I'm thinking like what's the word I'm looking for? Limited something. Cause like Netflix didn't stream everywhere, if I remember correctly, or Netflix didn't really deliver DVDs everywhere. So you have to lock down based on reasons, based on.
I mean, there's NFT.
True. So in other words, what I'm basically saying is like infrastructure. How are you gonna build the infrastructure when it comes to that stuff?
That's a damn good question. Like, it has to be infrastructure that everyone can agree on and that makes everybody happy, but still fulfills the bottom line.
Oh yeah.
And can it's still while still producing profit, but still covers all the expenses of creating their own product and service.
True. Plus, when it comes to one other aspect, when it comes to your business, if you do streaming wise, unfortunately, you're gonna have to have a DOM, because if you're making money for other people's content, you kind of want to have some form of protection. If I can get your stuff for free, then why the hell I have to pay for a dime? Ugh. As much as I hate Crunchyroll and Funimation on that one. Huh. Oh, cheap reviews.
Well, I'm gonna say like this. Say we did have the resources, and say we did have a business model. What would our content be, though? That's a good question too.
True.
What are you thinking, AJ?
I'm uncertain.
Like, I got some ideas, like kind of like a pirate anime or a dragon-based series, or excuse me, like kind of a Dragon Tamer series that I've been thinking about doing. Called Dragon. Yeah. It has some of the mechanics of and Kevin, but totally unique and different. It has more of a interesting story. Like, it's just something I'd be thinking about. I'd be thinking about a lot of things and a lot of different ideas, conceptual ideas and stuff like that. But I feel like if we were going to raise the money, NFT would probably be a great way to do it.
Yeah,
What are you thinking, AJ?
I can see where you're coming from in that regard.
With the NFT part? or
The last
the
sentence.
content?
The last sentence you said.
The NFTs?
Huh.
You mean the NFTs?
Well, I was agreeing with that sort of thing yesterday as well.
Like, cause I've seen like say like Jake Paul or Miley Kunez and Ashton Kutcher use NFTs to advertise something, even though they try to have it was on like an animated series or a game or a film.
Right.
Even though
and the problem with that is, whether you're funding something, whether it's a show, a movie, or any company-based project, funding through NFTs, you got to be careful and not make the same mistakes as other people have done. And what I would say is that the appearances to me is that most people are unaware of the potential and the uses specifically that NFT specifically offer and cater toward. And especially in terms of, versus like things like, cryptocurrencies, because NFTs, I have to think about NFTs. They also run off the blockchain. They run off blockchain technology.
Yep.
So people gotta understand how blockchain technology functions and what kind of infrastructure it provides. Therefore, what kind of opportunities it caters to, and what services and products can be, exchanged between people. Before you go, oh well, let's do this kind of NFT for this, because otherwise, even other cryptos have had this problem. People do a pump and dump, and they pull the rug out from under the people who put their money in, essentially committing fraud, and thus stealing people's money.
I think most of the time these people don't see no consequence because crypto is still kind of unregulated, and NFT.
But it's still a fairly recent technology, and it's only been it took about a decade. It took a decade for us to even have the infrastructure to do and create things like NFTs and other services that can facilitate the use and payments of transactions using cryptocurrencies. In another 10 years, you're going to see, crypto is probably going to be accepted as, it's going to be considered common lingo. It's going to be accepted everywhere. You're going to probably see even more infrastructure and more stations and more services that cater toward people who purchase and drive electric vehicles. And then you think, oh, well, 20 years from now, what would that look like? Oh, it's going to look like everything else has been looking like for the last 60 years. People always think the new technology that everybody's, because that's how it always works. New tech gets an initial hype, then that dies down, then it becomes mainstream.
So in other words, AI will probably be probably going through the similar thing.
Well, as I've said before, I think a lot of people have a misconception about AI. It's not artificial intelligence.
I know.
It's automated intelligence, and I think AI technology, whether it's automated or artificial, is that like any tech, it can be abused, and that's what everybody's all getting excited about is what abuses it could lead to. And I'm like, well, if you learn to use it and you know what it can do and what you don't want it to do, you could still create a beneficial use of it.
I was mostly talking about how technology eventually will get mainstream, correct? I was mostly talking about that. And isn't technically speaking AI not necessarily AI, it's machine learning? So, yeah. No, I mean, I was mostly agreeing with your point though. Cause like eventually they take for example PC gaming, it took several decades for it to finally get mainstream nowadays. To the point that I mean, people don't really buy consoles nowadays. Most people want a game PC nowadays. Oh, anyway, I want to bring up an interesting topic though. So, Chief Reviews got its count back from well, certain types of people trying to take down his account and stuff like that. Oh, a fucking meme from ReZero for crying out loud. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Really?
Yeah. So he like yesterday he got his Twitter taken down because because some no life loser was just like thinking, hey, let me use about have 40,000 people. I mean, not 40,000 people, 40 bots just to take down one person's Twitter account. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. I sit to look at these people like, whoa. Imagine if those bots actually boost your account for once. Actually, never mind. I think I should just not give people ideals.
Too late.
But the main point is like, I mean, the good thing is that G Review, well, fuck me. Well, yeah, I mean, the good thing that G Review's got his Twitter account back because, I mean, for crying out loud, he didn't even do nothing wrong. I guess some people just like to fucking mess with people so badly.
Oh, wait. I thought something. Do any of y'all trust Apple?
Not really.
No, not really.
I don't either. I don't either. Do any of y'all believe that Siri is listening on conversation?
Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe those things, those apps are listening in. I mean, that was going on before, Siri ever existed. Apple was already doing that.
Y'all think Alexa doing the same thing?
Oh yeah. People were talking about that years ago. Of course it is.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone in this one.
I mean, Apple's the same company that will.
Just because it's happening doesn't mean it's okay.
I mean, Apple's the same company that will fuck you over when it comes to, hey, how can we make our devices painfully annoying to fix?
If you have a smart TV, the government's listening on every conversation, and even the corporations are listening to every word you say in the conversation. Those things have microphones built in them to pick up on key words you say, so that way they can send you targeted ads while you're using your smart TV.
I was more so talking about Apple, like anti-repel policies. Like, wait.
We were talking about how Apple and other companies are using products to listen in on people's conversations.
I guess we're having two different conversations. I mean, at the end of the day, the government is always going to be listening. It's already bad if we live in the world nowadays. The government trying to monitor people's speeding habits while driving nowadays. Kind of funny how that works.
Right. Okay, quick question. Y'all remember the Fire Phone, the Amazon Fire Phone?
I thought.
Oh, that e-waste.
I heard of the tablet.
No, I know what you're talking about. That phone that was exclusive from AT&T a long time ago. And it's considered
the Amazon Fire Phone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because I remember when I was younger, I was like looking like that phone's not gonna work out well. Because I can have like a 3D spray as its main gimmick. I was just looking at Amazon, like, Amazon, if you want people to buy your phone, just look at your Kindle, your Fire tablets. Do your Fire tablets have those stupid gimmicks? I don't think people care about like some 3D screen bullshit. Well, I will admit 3D sprays are cool though, so. God damn.
Bro, you didn't know about that. The Fire Phone.
Wait, he doesn't?
Apparently not.
I knew about the Fire Phone because due to like YouTube was like what's his name? Mark Cody something? Mark something. Marcus something, whatever his name is. Because a lot of tech channels was like
solar powered on your smartphone?
Wait, what?
A solar powered smartphone.
Oh god. Well, I had a feeling that's not gonna end well.
No, it's something that's been on a concept that's already been thought of, and it was attempted by Samsung, but due to the fact that it wasn't as the technology wasn't there to make it very commercially viable or sustainable, they kind of scrapped it.
Yeah, that's a good reason why those type of phones are not.
It's a good idea and concept. It's just that the technology to make it a thing is not there.
That and how the hell they're gonna manage to do that anyway? Because when most people have their phone, they have their phone in their hands or a golf bit on their ear.
Most likely the panel's gonna be on the back of the phone. It's gonna be built in the back.
Okay. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how, we're talking like technology nowadays. Like I could easily bring up 50 series not doing good with Nvidia right now. A lot of people was expecting like the 50 series to do 10 times better. But yeah. Any interesting topics we can really talk about?
Anyway, do you got anything?
Not really, no.
I love how he's streaming. I mean, for 1 hour, we don't have any ideas though.
Hold up. Y'all know Deep Talk? It was
Oh, the competitor Chat TBT.
Yeah. Already the billionaire, I think, was on Jensen Huang of Nvidia.
Yep.
He's already losing market share.
Say what?
He's already losing a lot of market share.
Nvidia.
Yeah.
I'm not certain about that. What last time I checked, Nvidia was still on the rise. AMD has been going down.
What is basically he was like $20 billion to his net worth or something like that.
Yeah, that makes more sense. He probably lost, that sort of thing. But I don't right now the whole market is in a nosedive right now.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be lucky if the market, if there's an upswing come next month.
Yeah,
if the upswing even comes before the end of this month. I'm surprised that it's everything's been dropping the way it's going.
Good question, though. I'm surprised as well.
But a lot of the drops, though, make sense in light of recent events.
It's just kind of really funny to me, though.
Hey,
I mean, let me say this. I'll say this: if anyone, because this and one thing to be mindful of, Ronald Dragon, and anyone else listening, including UNEP, is that this is not. I repeat, this is not financial advice. But if anyone had the money to invest in Nvidia stock, in the next 5 to 10 years, who knows how well that'll turn out. But they're definitely one to keep an eye on, as well as AMD. Because of recent events, there's, things, graphics cards and chip manufacturers are obviously in a bit of a panic. Things are going to be taking a hit for a minute, but it's definitely worth paying attention to for the next year or so.
Yeah.
I like how you did that. With the whole, this is not financial advice, but you give your advice.
Well, that's what you're supposed to say, because I don't only legal. It's from a legal standpoint. It's a legal standpoint, so I don't have to for liability reasons, because I'm not liable. I'm not responsible for what anyone else does. I'm just trying to express that from what I've been paying attention to, it would be worth for others to pay attention to some of the same things when it comes to companies like Nvidia and AMD. If you have any interest in computers or computer parts or graphic cards, gaming, or even crypto, and I don't mean like using, I mean like mining, again, this is a tech thing because there have been economic things implemented by the new presidents, and it's having an impact. And because of AI technology, companies like Nvidia are poised to see a huge increase in profits. So it's worth paying attention to for the next 5 to 10 years. Whether or not you or anyone else decides to put money into anything like that is up to, that's not a choice for me to make. I have to make my own choices, and everybody has to make their own choices. I'm just saying there are certain companies worth watching.
I mean, that's what I'm kind of doing right now with both Nvidia and AMD right now.
I mean, I've met people who made money. I remember when Microsoft, it still is. It's like in the hundreds of dollars, and people are like, "Yeah, I invested in Microsoft back when it was $20." And it's like, holy crap! Yeah, you must have made a nice little fortune. Depending on how much said person invested, because I've known a couple people who made money off of Microsoft when it finally reached that really high price. They sold and they got buku money. It's worth learning how the stock market works. Then I think the more that people understand how stocks, bonds, and the financial market functions, they'll understand that billionaires don't have the kind of money they're being taught to think. People like Elon Musk, he doesn't have the billions that people think he has. Just like
he's a regular person.
Just like how Ronald Dragon mentioned, the guy who's from Nvidia, his net worth, right? Your net worth. That's all people ever talking about when it comes to certain billionaires, including Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. They're always referring to the net worth. Your net worth, you will never actually physically possess what your net worth.
Yeah, net worth does not mean the amount of money that you have.
But people who have a certain net worth are considered billionaires, and that's what people like Elon Musk have attempted to explain when in certain interviews, like with Joe Rogan or whatnot, is that you don't have the kind of money people think you do when you're labeled a billionaire. Most of that money is held in certain places where you don't have immediate access to it, that you can just use it anytime you want. You got to go through a process and pay fines, fees, or taxes and all that shit, because a lot of it does, especially with people who own companies. Like Elon Musk, he owns Tesla and X. Well, the value that those companies have and his net worth and make it qualify him as a billionaire or a billionaire is that it's all stuck and tied into the companies to begin with, i.e. their stocks.
Basically, his net worth is basically his valuation of all his companies and stuff like that, and probably some assets and properties and stuff like that.
It's not that people, like Elon can't get to the money, but yeah, the money it doesn't physically exist. Like, it's not just sitting somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, I'm good to go, I don't have to worry. No, it's again, like I'm explaining, a lot of people don't understand how this stuff works.
I mean, it also confirms my theory about when it comes to these people though. They're just everyday people like everyone else though. Because if they don't necessarily own the money, like when it comes to net worth, they're just regular people like everyone else. What I was just trying to say.
Right, depending on what kind of company you have, determines whether or not you actually have full control of the company. Because it is possible for shareholders or an entire board of directors to kick out the person who created the company, the person who had the majority control of the company, and suddenly they're out. Everybody else owns it but them.
Yeah. So if you really think about it, corporations and businesses are nothing but a group of people.
Well, that's what corporation means. It's a company. It's composed of. It's a group, and the one problem that corporations in America have that has not been addressed and needs to be corrected is the fact that corporations are treated as individuals.
Yeah.
In courts, in the legal system, they're treated as legal persons. They're treated the same way you or I are. And they're given certain rights. It's like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. And it tilts everything in. It tilts it out of favor for certain victims.
That and the worst thing with corporations, though, they can get rid of the person who originally created it at any given moment. So then what? Is the person individually, responsible, or is the group is responsible? In other words. What it essentially much is. But yeah. I think we both can agree on that one though. It just kind of makes no sense why corporations get so much corporations. They get treated like they're individuals when the problem they're just a group of people. But then I think the board of directors should be punished more, because if they're the ones who have the most stake, right? Then, it's easier to target the board of directors or the shareholders. Actually, never mind. I take that back. That's a bad deal. Yeah, that's a bad deal. What I just said, because if you're talking the board of directors or shareholders, depending on the company, they're probably like tens or 50 or hundreds of them. When it comes to share of the economy, depending on the economy size. Isn't that correct, AJ?
I didn't understand. I didn't understand that.
I said they should target the shareholders and the, the shareholders and the, what's it called, people? Shareholders and board of directors. When I'm referring to when I seen target, I'm talking about like the law and stuff like that.
Well, again, that a lot of the law has to do with how the company is founded, what its actual structure is like.
Yeah.
So it's a complicated task to attempt to explain certain laws, especially when it comes to taxes or corporate structures and corporate, creating a company and how certain laws apply in certain regards. It's not easy to say in layman's terms, basically.
What are your thoughts on this, though, Wanda? Since you have more business sense than me on that regards.
Sorry, I had stepped away for a moment.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I had to go check on the stove. What were y'all talking about just now?
How corporations are treated like individuals, despite the fact of being a bunch of individuals.
So innovation.
Yeah, like how not even innovation, but I mean, seeing like how certain corporations get treated like rights, despite the fact they're a combination of multiple people in said company. In other words, well, Edge just muted himself.
Did he have his mic muted again?
Yep.
Wow. But
I had it muted. What are you gonna do about it, huh? You gonna ban me? You gonna kick me from the stream? I see how it is. You know what? Because of that, I'm just gonna mute my mic again.
Wait, what? No. What the fuck?
You guys can't even hear what I'm talking about while I'm muted anyway. It's I can say whatever I want. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
What the fuck?
Saying what I'm saying. I'm just gonna keep on talking and saying what I'm saying. You can't stop me. Can't stop me. You can't stop me.
What the hell is going on? I I'm trying not to laugh my ass off, but what the fuck?
Yeah, you can do. You want to mute? I can mute. Stop muting.
Mio, that was me.
Do it too, huh? Yeah, exactly.
Mio, that was me playing Genshin right now. Okay.
But I honestly believe that innovation, to some level, is kind of stagnant, though, because it's only being done by the big players.
I mean, just look at the smartphone energy right now. There's only so much making a phone bigger and have high refresh rate and even worse. I mean, better specs. I mean, biotechnology have not innovated. I mean, in some parts where I heard that they're using like different type of biotechnology, which is like, I mean, that's good.
Quick question though. Do y'all believe that billionaires are going to be taking control? Pretty much took over our government, especially now.
That's a hard question to ask.
What do you think, AJ?
Yeah, that's a topic for another night for sure. Too deep of a rabbit hole.
So right now, no one's certain, but there is no uncertainty to say yes or no. because there's still a chance of possibility behind it.
I think the idea is a misconception. I'm not saying there's no truth to it, because basically it's basically reversed. It's the inverse.
I kind of had a feeling that, yeah, I kind of feeling that that's kind of the case. Because like, there's no way in hell that being that's gonna somehow, I mean, mess with the government. I mean, we already have too many check and balance systems to, well, prevent that from happening. I hope I'm wrong on that one. Let's see.
Essentially, you know, what I'll say is that a lot of people seem to lack an actual understanding of how the financial system works in this country, or how it works in general around the planet.
That kind of makes a lot of sense. You make a good point on one. Because there are people out there who be like claiming they know so much about the economic system when that's not the case. I can admit the fact I'm pretty ignorant about the, I mean, economic system. I mean, I know the basis, but I'm not gonna pretend like I know every single thing about it.
Alright, you got people who say they know everything, and when it comes down to it, you find that they don't know shit.
Yeah, fucking rules don't mean
nothing. Yeah, like us. We don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't know shit. I admit
I'm trying to learn shit. I'm trying to learn shit, but
yeah,
there's always room to learn. There's always room for error.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the point. Because like, I mean, I'm honest about the fact I don't know shit. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can't possibly know everything. I went to law unless, I mean, oh, wait, Stefan is wanted us to come here.
I thought I was gonna keep it as a 3-man thing, but okay.
But yeah, relatively speaking, I mean, there's a reason why I'm kind of skeptical. I hear someone who claim, "Oh, I know everything." I'm like, "Yeah, right, you do."
Like,
because those types of people tend to be scammers anyway.
Yeah, no shit. Like, sometimes I would say if you're a Warren Buffett or Mark or Mark Cuban, I'd say I believe. But then again, those guys can be wrong too.
I mean, just look at the amount of times the line has been won about stuff.
Even Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is a billionaire, but even he's proven that he can be wrong on more than one occasion.
Because no one's right about everything. It's impossible to be right about everything.
And I feel like most cases, whenever you own these billionaires be getting shit right, I feel like it's most because they have the inside knowledge of some shit. In most cases, I feel like that be just the case, especially on Wall Street. I feel like a lot of shit is rigged in Wall Street. What do you think, Anime AJ? You there?
Well, it goes back. It's coming back again to what I said earlier. Is that a lot of us are not educated well enough about how the financial system works, how the markets work, how all that stuff functions. Once you understand it, you'll be able to see where, if any, possibility of it exists, or how it's possible for people to rig things in their favor. Like, for example, taking a meme like Hot Tua, the woman and her associates who were closest to her took that meme that she had started, that she just miraculously did on TV, and tried to make a cryptocurrency or something. And what they did, they got in trouble because they were scamming people. They literally did. They had insider knowledge or insider trading, which is illegal, and they got caught for it. They were basically trying to fraud people out of their money.
Wait, how much they got? I mean, they got charged for doing that though.
Well, because what it was is that if you know something's going to happen and then you start selling when something is at a high enough price, then you're basically making money, and the people who don't sell, insider trading. It's illegal. So the system isn't rigged per se. It's that the system, there's potential for abuse, and insider trading is considered abused. It's not that the system is, because if the system was rigged, then there'd be, regular trading wouldn't be a thing. Everybody would be engaging in it as a normal thing. But that's the thing, is that people are breaking the law, and even politicians in office are engaging in insider trading.
Huh. So in other words, though, it's because of the fact we don't know much.
They take advantage of the fact that most of the general public don't know too much about the stuff, but they do. And
there is a bit of difficulty for those who are still learning to be able to break it down in layman's terms for the majority of the rest of us who don't, who may not be able to comprehend right off the bat.
Right. Yeah, because I don't really. Because to be honest, when I think about it, it's kind of difficult for me to understand this whole thing as well.
It's difficult for me to understand too, and I'm learning, I'm learning the hard way myself when it comes to financial markets or the financial system. They don't teach. That's the thing. I've had this comment shared between me and a bunch of people I know personally, is that they don't teach kids in U.S. schools about the financial system or about finances in general. You look over in Asian countries or European countries, and a lot of kids get out of high school, or they're in college, and they're already making hundreds or thousands of dollars off the markets.
I mean, the thing is, they teach with that stuff, though. They teach with the stuff, but the problem is, though, that stuff is usually reserved for like electives. That's what I'm trying to look for. Electives, in other words, like classes that either does not essential when it comes to your core classes and stuff like that. Because I took like economics when I was in high school, or some form of business related stuff, but it was always reserved for electives and stuff like that. Because I mean, that's why. Because go ahead.
Bro, it makes you wonder, what's the point of taking certain classes if you're still gonna be ignorant about certain things that are actually important?
I mean, that's the reason why we have to do the research ourselves.
Public schools were never designed or intended for teaching students how to think. It was about teaching kids how to be obedient for factory jobs. You just be taught enough to know basic reading and writing and math. That's all you need for a factory job.
And
because
plus,
public schools, the way they exist today, didn't exist before. Before the early 1900s, before World War I, essentially.
So in other words,
the industry in the U.S. really kicked up, and picked up steam at the turn of the 20th century.
Right. So in other words, we just have to take it upon ourselves to learn for ourselves what information we can get.
There's enough materials and stuff and education online that you can get. You basically get a college level education for free using the internet if you just know where to go and find the resources.
Yeah, like for example, a lot of the art related stuff that usually you have to go to college, you could just take courses and they can, for free. Because I remember someone just gave me allegedly some college course related stuff that people non, and I'd be like, look, like, how the hell you got this? And because stuff like that is free anyway. if you know what to look for.
Yeah, and guess what? One place considered on that list is YouTube.
Yep.
There are a lot of free education materials on YouTube.
That's why, like, I look at that stuff. I mean, with the stuff because like, I remember one time, like, when I was learning how to build PC and stuff like that. I remember, like, when I first built my PC, I took a computer science class, and I'm like, oh, I didn't understand why I didn't boot it up. But then once I built my own PC at home, after I graduated out of high school, I'm like looking like, what the hell?
Remote.
I was sitting there looking like, how the hell how the hell they didn't teach me how to do something like that? When I realized I took computer science, so of course they're not gonna teach me how to build a computer.
Hey, who the hell is Evil Sonic?
Wait, what?
Who's Evil Sonic?
Oh, he left a while ago.
Nick?
Yeah, he left a while ago. But that's why I said a lot of times I just think to myself, like, a lot of people say complain, oh my god, the school system sucks. I'm like, okay, but you have the resources on the internet nowadays.
Nowadays.
Like,
Put it out. Like what?
anything. If you want to know how to cook, you can cook on. I mean, cook. That's why I said, like, it's just kind of funny though when I thought about it. The resources for everyone. That we were talking about education, and I'm like looking like the resources everywhere. You just have to have a curious mind about it. Oh, anyway, how you doing, Stefan?
I'm fine.
Besides.
Well, hey, although I do enjoy sticking around and chatting. It is getting to be that it's getting pretty late.
Yeah, it might be 10 o'clock.
Not to be free.
Yeah, it's almost 10.
Here for a while.
So I was gonna say, you know, I would love to do a midnight stream or something for late night. You know, in the future. Tonight, I'm gonna call it early.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same as well.
It's been a total waste.
Thanks for the invite, Ronnie D. It's good hanging out with you guys. Good seeing you again.
No problem, dude.
Stefan.
Oh yeah,
Take care.
thank you for the education though. Oh, this good conversation.
Yeah, I
When
want to
AJ
learn
was
from you
talking
guys.
to me. But anyway, I gotta head out.
With the bringing down pressure, I'm with the market, coming to the latch up, bringing it down. With the beat, with the bubble, so I'm out with the beat, with the beat, bass. I'm with the market, the bass, the beat, we're off it, so. Right, party, poppy, and team mental, taking this one away. Wicked. With the beat,
fucking encrusted testicle, my boy. You look like a double dip chocolate chip, cliff lip, charcoal, slim Jim with a gargle nose, and Mr. Carker hunchback. No fucking feet, 9 arms, 7 stomachs, 2 ball fades. Your stepdad beat you with a wiffle ball bat. You curled up into a ball like an autistic Bakugan. You live in a sophisticated mud hut. Your washing machine is a bucket of water you shaking at. You brush your teeth with your grandpa's back scratcher, and you floss your teeth with zipline cables. I caught you jerking off in a porta potty with a Thanos gauntlet on, where your grandmother got simultaneously butt fucked by a clan of chimpanzees dressed up as the Wiggles, while she was snorting fucking Keemstar's cotton candy G Fuel off the back of a dirty toilet seat, my boy. You were really ugly like shit. You were a walking glitch, DJ Trunks. Every time your dad asks you a question at dinner, you say, okay, and start fucking lagging. You fucking ugly ass boy. You weird like shit, boy. Ugly ass boy. And I got you giving a reverse cow rim job to your Tickle Me Elmo doll. And that bitch was like,
Oh, God. Gross douchebag.
Get man dark.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch all of these mascots die. Think, Luigi. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant franchise in this game. You'll live to see these series turn into pachinkos or mobile only. Everything and every game from your childhood will be ruined. What will you have after 500 consoles?
I still have you.
What the hell's going on
Professor,
here?
I'm 10 years old and I'm ready to pick a Pokemon.
Not until I get mine first, dork. Now, boys, you'll both get your chance. Now, before I can give you your Pokemon, you have to answer a few questions for me.
Okay, shoot.
All right. Well, first, are you a boy or a girl?
Huh? I'm, a boy, right? Right, I'm a boy?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, it was just like a kind of a curveball. I'm a boy.
Now, what is your name?
You don't remember my name?
Who would want to remember you?
Shut up, Gary. It's Ash.
Ah, yes, of course, Ash. Now, to your left, that's your rival, my grandson. You've known each other for years. What's his name?
Grandpa? Grandpa, what are you doing?
What's his name, Ash?
Is he having a stroke? Grandpa, come on. It's not funny. Grandpa, it's Gary. Gary Oak? I'm your grandson. You can't forget me.
What's his name,
Mom
Ash?
said you were forgetting, but no.
What's his name, Ash?
Come on. It was so many years of. Come on. It's Gary Oak. Ash, can you call my mom? I think he's forgetting. Big fuck.
Ah, yes, my grandson, Dick Fuck.
What?
Ash, you must be prepared for the journey ahead.
My name isn't.
You will meet great
No.
foes and
No.
many Pokemon.
Mater, I need your help. I need you to hook onto my cock and balls and pull real tight. Can you do that? Just wrap your toe right around my cock and balls and then drive away as fast as you can. Can you do that for me, Mater? Mater, please. If you don't torture my cock and balls, I might do something bad. I might hurt people, Mater. Do you want that? I might blow Radiator Springs up. Do you want that? Do you want that, Mater? No, I didn't think so. So torture my cock and balls right now. Thank you, Mater.